Hello everybody, Grizzly Pig here, welcome to today's episode. We are in Dune Awakening and I'm going to show you guys how to get over 4,500 guaranteed experience farmable every hour. We're on Siege right now in the PvE server and we're going to hunt some mobs. We're going to do it quickly. We're going to start off in Sentinel City in the northeast of this part. We're also going to take on some bandit camps as well. So I've come here with a thruster Ornithopter and I've obviously pocketed it and I've put my Holtzman shield on. Don't forget to activate that, of course. Also make sure you have a fresh suspender belt for this and bring your favourite weapons. Melee, snipers, whatever you fancy, not really that important. I prefer to use my Dune Watcher here for most of this, but you can do it just as quick with melee. See these guys here with a shield? If you're quick with them, you can pop them with a sniper with 2 shots. And of course the regular gunners, they don't have shields. You should deal with those quickly because they are very easy to kill and they can just range you and be a real pain. 2 chests here, grab these on your way in. These chests come off cooldown like every half hour, something like that. I personally only loot the industrial pumps and the Solaris, of course. So here there is actually usually 2 mobs, but there's only 1 for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe someone killed that but didn't kill the other mobs, or it's just a mystery. I don't really know. So this run here is going to take me just over 10 minutes. I'm looting the chest. I'm not being particularly quick, but you can do this easily in 10 minutes. So if you do this 6 times, rinse and repeat, it's roughly about 4,500 experience an hour. Each run is about 750 experience. So 2 mobs here. You can see the mobs are given us 16 experience each. May not seem a lot, but if you're really grinding at this, it's really going to add up. And 750 experience is actually quite a lot of experience for 10 minutes work. Some quest chains are about 700 experience each and they can take a lot longer than 10 minutes, some of them. I don't have any quests in my log really that are worth doing anyway at the minute. And I've also scanned all of the deep desert and checked out all of those test stations in the A-grid. If you watch my last video, I'll show you how I go about doing that. That's 10,000 experience plus just for doing that. You can do that weekly. But the great thing about this is it is just farmable, rinse and repeat. I'm also getting a little bit of gold and also industrial pumps as well. And they have been selling quite nicely. The market is kind of teetering a little bit now though. And there are a couple of reasons for this. I don't really want to get into them though, of course. So these guys are always really good to do a fly-in knee kick with the swordsman ability there, because it's very good to close the gap. And then once you've got that, finish them off with the heavy attack. You could also use a disruptor pistol on them as well. I do have one here. I don't actually use it that often, but it is very good. So grab your 2 chests here, and then we're going to go back the way we came. Because at the bottom of that T-junction we took a right, we're now going to go to the left side of that T-junction now and clear out the main part of Sentinel City. And this middle area here, it is the part which is the most dense with mobs, so it is quite good to range them if you can. But as I say, not really a big deal if you prefer to go melee. I will recommend that all your abilities are ones that can stagger the mobs. So I'm using Suspender Blast because, well, it's just OP. I save that for panic situations, of course, in PvE and PvP. And of course I use Crippling Strike from the Swordman tree, which is just an absolutely amazing ability. I'm not quite sure why, but sometimes my heavy attacks, even though you saw I had full stamina there, were still staggering me. And of course the third ability I'm using is the knee kick from the Swordman tree. It's also really good for mobility as well. You can blow your suspender belt just after using it to burst yourself forwards. You can see I ended up wasting a little bit of time there trying to snipe that flamethrower guy through what looked to be an invisible mesh. I wouldn't recommend doing that. And in any case, you can't guarantee killing those guys in 2 shots, even if they do land anyway, so it's better just to melee them if you can. What you will notice, though, is the regular melee mobs that have the Holtzman shield, they don't actually have that activated by default when they're not aggroed, and also they can change stance if they can't get to melee you, which means that their Holtzman shield is offline. So another great reason to be using range here to take advantage of that weakness they have. So we grab 1 chest just there. There's another one in this room on the left as well, so don't miss that one. And then we're going to head up these stairs here and we're going to grab hold of the key. Now, if you are not looting the chest, you can just fly up to this area here from the bridge that we were shooting the mobs on top of. And of course, take out the regular gunner with a thrust strike and then flamethrower. We're going to have to stagger his shield off him. Grab the key here on the table and then we're going to head back through the door and into the loot room to grab the constellation chest. There's actually quite a few chests in here. There's some ammo, there's medkit box, so grab all of this stuff, definitely good to have. And there's even also a golden chest in the corner as well. Gives us an extra, I don't know, 50, 60 gold. Not really worth grabbing, but I do it anyway. But if you are doing this not for the first time in your run, you won't need to go in that room. When you're here and you just kill those mobs, jump off this edge here, land up here, and we can snipe a load more mobs. I will mention as well, a couple of these mobs here at Sentinel City, they are the kind that drop rangefinders as well, so if you need those, make sure you loot them. And of course, right now, at the end of killing all these mobs, there's obviously a stubborn flamethrower guy to deal with. So get rid of him, and then we're going to take 5 chests here. So the first one is going to be in this room here. This is a big one. Generally going to have the most amount of pumps for you right here. And then once we're done with that, go out the room and take a left, and there are some shelving units, and there is a chest hidden in those as well. Grab that for some more gold and pumps. Then we're going to turn 180 over to the other side, and next to these stairs here, there is a chest on the right, so grab that one. And once we're done grabbing that, we're going to go up these stairs into this room and take a right, and there is a medical supplies chest here through the double doors, and then there's another chest, more pumps and more gold. Take a right out this door, and to your right again, there's another chest waiting for you. And if you've done a good job killing all the mobs here, then you should be able to head down the back of the area, where we're going to kill a few more mobs before we make our exit out the back of Sentinel City onto the next part of the farm. So there's about 5 or 6 mobs here. My favourite thing to do is climb up onto this building here. Once you get on top of it, you crouch down. It's easier that way, and then start sniping the mobs. Again, take out the gunners first. If you knock them down but not out and you have a poison sniper, then you don't need to finish them off with the second shot. And when you've given the melee ones enough time to realise they cannot come at you with their melee weapon, they will start shooting and drop their Holtzman shield, so you can even deal with all of those from up there. The only mobs that should be left after all of your sniping there are the flamethrower ones. The type of mobs that spawn is generally the same, but there is sometimes going to be in that particular spot 2 flamethrowers instead of like more gunners, for example, so there is a tiny bit of wiggle room there on what there is. So now we're going to do this bandit camp over here. We're not going to go all the way over to it just because it's out of the way. We just want to collect the experience. So we're going to pop these 2 mobs here. There's always 2 at this bandit camp. And then we're going to turn around and get our Ornithopter out. What would be better is actually if you climb on the rocks just to my right here, because once you're done sniping, it's easier to get your Ornithopter out again. Now, there was a chest at that bandit camp, but we're not looting it. But all of the other bandit camps we're going to do now, I believe there's another 6 or 7 of them. We are going to loot all of these because they give us a little bit of extra gold. It's not a lot, but it adds up if you do this a lot. Don't overshoot that like me. Try and land nice and close so you don't have loads of running to do to get to the chest. And it just makes it nicer and easier to kill the mobs as well, even if the chest is not on cooldown. Just get as close as you can do to the camps. So now we're getting back in the Ornithopter, and we're going to go round and head up to the northeast now. And this is why it's really great to have the thrusters on the Ornithopter, so you can just be as quick as possible. Just engage your thrusters and go into glide mode right here. And then the bandit camp we want is the right hand one out of all of these. So you can see there are 6 we have left to do, and we're going to start from east to west. And on this rock there are 2 bandit camps, one on each side of it, one on the south side, one on the north side. Now, it's a little bit of RNG as to how many mobs there are at these camps. Sometimes there'll only be 1, sometimes there'll be 2, and then sometimes there'll be 5, 6, maybe even 7 of them all fighting each other. And of course that's what we can hope for because we get more experience from that. Try and kill the gunners first, because if they are fighting a Holtzman shield melee mob, they will get finished by them, and you want to get the experience for yourself. You don't want the mobs to kill each other. So straight back in the Ornithopter here, and we're going to just fly over the top of the rock and land again. We could just walk around, but it's a lot quicker to do this. And it's all about killing mobs as quickly as possible. So we got another camp here with mobs fighting each other, so that's really great. That's nice RNG for us, extra experience. Now we've got 2 melee mobs fighting each other. This could be a bit tricky, but you're just going to have to deal with it. I recommend actually stunning them both at the same time, but that works out all right for me, just working one at a time. You can actually cleave both of them and stun them both with the crippling strike, and if you don't think you can quite get that off, then you can use your suspensor blast as well. And again, once you're done, hop back in the Ornithopter. We've done that rock, so now we're going to head west over to the next rock, and this also has 2 camps at it, one on the north side and one on the south side. So we're going to land here, and we have only got 1 mob to kill, it seems like, but no worries, we've done alright so far. And we also want to loot that chest here, so I'm going to run up there and grab that. And again, you've guessed it, straight back in Ornithopter, and we're going to jump over the other side of the rock right now. And as you can see, I'm not really that fussed about damaging my Ornithopter. The damage it does to it is pretty negligible. I just want to do these as quickly as possible. So 2 range mobs at this camp, relatively easy to deal with, and then we're going to grab the chest. And we are nearly finished with this run. We've only got 2 more bandit camps to deal with. Let me know, guys, in the comments if you found this helpful, or if indeed you actually have some other spots that you prefer to do that you think are worth giving a mention and letting people know about. That would be great. And I've created this loop basically because I farm Sentinel City a lot anyway for the pumps, because we need pumps and we need a lot of them. So there may be some other areas that I'm not familiar of that are better than this even. And you can see right there, ranging is OP. We were able to kill that Holtzman shield melee mob without him even being able to register we were there and switching his shield on. So now we've done that camp, we're just going to head to the south of us and finish off the last camp. And you'll notice that that camp is actually right back where we started. We are at the bottom of the hill where we started at Sentinel City. So you don't have to travel miles to get back to the start of this run. As soon as you finished up with this bandit camp, you can go back to the start, just rinse and repeat, and just get experience until you're done with your suspensor belts when they're broken, or you've run out of ammo or heal kits. And you can just keep doing this all day until you're level 200 if you want to. In fact, I'm liking this run so much that I might not even scan most of the deep desert in the next Coriolis storm wipe. Anyway, guys, that does it for this episode. If you like this, found this useful, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Just looking at my gear now, you can see I'm using Halleck's pick, Regis Disruptor pistol. You didn't get to see me use that, but that's great. Dune Watcher as my sniper, using Tabba soft step boots, power gauntlets, X-Core leggings, Idaho's charge, and Syndicate helmet. That's just the gear that I've got. Use whatever you like. And please, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you all next time.